Hello there, my name's Tom Crandall from Gear Mashers, and today we're taking a look at a new shoe by Pearl Izumi. This is the Tour Road shoe, and it's a bit different from their offering from the shoe I had reviewed before. This is the Pro Leader 4. This was a 2 BOA closure system with a fully carbon on the bottom. Super stiff shoe, great, amazing shoe in the summertime. It really breathes really well. And the same thing with this shoe, has a lot of venting, so you can see all the different holes on the side that allows air to flow into the shoe. On the bottom, it has these mesh panels that allow air to come in. It also allows the shoe to, if it's raining or something like that, to drain out, which is nice. So Pearl Izumi decided to go with lacing on this shoe, and the shoe's actually fairly well priced. It's $130 for a road shoe. That's actually a super nice road shoe. And the top is what they call an asymmetrical setup, meaning that it's not the same on both sides. And so the way it works is it wraps higher on the inside of the shoe and then lower on the outside of the shoe. And what that does is when you put your foot in, you don't have the hot spots directly over your shoe, so the lacing system sort of sits on the side of your foot rather than over on the top of your foot. Really like this type of system. And again, they use the same thing with the Pro Leader 4s with the dual BOA, where it's not sitting directly on the top of your foot, it's more on the side. And I found that to be super comfortable on long rides. The other thing that they did to sort of reduce the cost of this shoe is they went with a sort of synthetic nylon type bottom rather than a full carbon bottom, so that reduced the price. But they did add a carbon plate here, and so that helps with the stiffness of the shoe. They rate this as a 9 on their stiffness scale. I'm not sure if that equates to other shoe brands. The Pro Leader 4, the stiffness on this is, they say, is a 13. So it is stiffer, and it's mainly due because of the carbon bottom of the shoe. I would use this shoe probably in the summertime, late spring, early fall, because it's so well vented. And I found, at least, I haven't had a ton of time in with this shoe, but I found the Pro Leader 4 to be an amazing shoe in the summertime, especially here in Austin when it's really hot. It's just an amazing shoe to ride with, lots of venting on it. The other thing on the bottom here, you'll notice that there's a bunch of different bolt holes, and so you can use this shoe with just the typical 2-bolt system for like most mountain bikers. So something like this that has the 2-bolt, or you can use it with the 3-bolt system like this. So this is the SPD-SL cleats, and then this is just your typical Shimano SPD cleats. The lacing system works great, easy to use. They also, on here, they have this little catcher so that you can put your laces underneath it for any excess, and so that sort of holds it down to the shoe so that the laces aren't flapping all around. I think the shoes are pretty cool. There's another company out there, Giro. They also have a lace-up shoe, but this one is going to set you back about $300. So you got $130 for a road shoe versus $300 or $350, something like that. For this, in this case, this is their mountain bike shoe, but people like it. I did find that in the case of the Giro, the shoe runs pretty hot, so I wouldn't ride in this in the summertime, whereas I definitely would ride in the Pearl Izumi in the summer. I'm not sure if they're going to make a mountain bike shoe similar to this or not. I could see them doing that. But so far, I think it's pretty cool. Now, you can't replace the heel or the front section. It's just glued to the shoe, so there's no like replacing that if it wears out. But at $130, I think this is a great value. And for a lot of people, looking for maybe, I wouldn't say this is an entry-level shoe, sort of a mid-level shoe, and they don't want to pay the, $250 that a lot of shoe companies, cycling shoe companies are having you pay. This is a good option. Where I'd probably make a few changes is it does have some reflective here on their logo, but other than that, there's not a lot of reflectiveness on the shoe. So maybe adding a little bit more reflectiveness would be nice. And with a lacing system, obviously, when you're out there biking, if you wanted to do some micro adjustments or anything, you don't really have the ability to do that with laces. But some people really enjoy having the laces. They feel like they get a really good fit. And so, back in the day, everybody had laced up cycling shoes. So it's not a big deal. I do prefer a lot of times having this micro adjustment. I can be riding and then adjust my shoes. A lot of times what happens is, especially when you first start riding for the first 20 or 30 minutes, your shoes might get a little bit loose, so it's nice to be able to tighten them down. With the lacing system, you just got to make sure that you have them nice and tight at the beginning. And then, if you need to, you're going to have to stop if you need to relace them or change the tension on them. But other than that, I think Pearl Izumi did a fabulous job on these. Again, these are the Tour Road cycling shoes, retail $130, great price point. You're not going to find probably a better shoe at that price point right now. So check out Pearl Izumi. Also check out gearmashers.com. I do have a write-up on this shoe, so I go into a little bit more detail, and I have a bunch of different pictures and things like that. So check that out, and thanks so much for watching. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That helps me get products like this in. Thanks so much.